The last section we are covering is 14.3, sum of the year's digits. Now, the sum of the year's digits is also an accelerated depreciation method. When I say accelerated, that means that you're going to be writing off or expensing more dollars in the early years and less in the later years. So the way this works, reading specifically from the textbook, the sum of the year's digits method of depreciation is another accelerated depreciation method. I mentioned that. The double declining balance method of depreciation produces more depreciation than straight line method in the early years of an asset's life, and less depreciation in the later years. The sum of the year's digits method, however, produces results in between the straight line and the double declining balance. So it's a little faster than straight line, but not quite as fast as double declining. All right, here's the way it works. We're going to look at summing all of the years that are the years associated with the useful life. So, for example, if you have a useful life of 6 years, then we're going to sum each digit for the 6 years. And it seems kind of weird, but once you get it, it's slam dunk. It's year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are 6 years, and we're going to add those up. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 gives us 21. Okay? So we're going to use that 21 as the denominator for a fraction that we're going to create. And we're going to move backwards on the fraction. So we're going to write off 621 the first year, 521 the second year, 421 in the third year, 321 in the fourth year, 221 in the fifth year, and 121 in the sixth year. Now, if you sum these all up, 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, you're going to get 21 over 21, which is 100%, or 1 or 100%. So the fraction, the amount that you're going to be writing off every year, is determined by what year you're in and the total number of years or the useful life of the asset. The easiest way to learn this is to do it. So let's just make it happen. Here's a quick method of finding the denominator. You can use this as a formula: n, open parentheses, n plus 1, close parentheses, divide that by 2. So the example for 6 years, you could take 6 multiplied by 6 plus 1 and then divide that by 2. So that works because 6 times 6 plus 1, which is 7. So 6 times 7 is 42. Divide that by 2, that gives you 21. So it works. However, the easier way in my mind is to simply just sum up the years. 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. And then you don't have to memorize any kind of a formula, all right? So let's take a look at this first example here. We're first going to come up, well, before we do the example, we figured out that to find the annual depreciation, we're going to take the depreciation fraction, which is what we're learning, and we're going to multiply it by the depreciable amount, okay? So let's take a look at Capital Curb and Concrete purchases a Ditch Master trencher at a cost of $8,940. The trencher has a useful life of 8 years and an estimated salvage value of $1,200. Find the first and second year's depreciation using the sum of the year's digits. Okay, so it has an 8-year useful life. So let's plot 8 years. Let's plot it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have it plotted down. Now we'll find the sum of all those years. We find the sum. You can do this on a calculator. Just go 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8, and you're going to get 36. So in year 1, the fraction you're going to be using is 8 divided by 36. That's going to give you a fraction, and it comes up to be 0.2222. In year 2, you're going to do 7 divided by 36. That's going to be 0.1944. So 8 divided by 36, then 7 divided by 36. Can you guess what the next fraction is going to be? Perfect. 6 divided by 36. That's going to be year 3 plus 6 divided by 36. Now I'll go ahead and put in the actual fraction. This is 8 divided by 36. This is 7 divided by 36. And this is 6 divided by 36. And then you'd go on, this would be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you can see that at least the first 3 years, what does the problem ask us to do? It says find the first and second year's depreciation for some of the year's digits. We're going to go ahead and do 3, all right? So as this problem suggests, you're going to add up all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and just like us, they came up with 36. So the first year is 836, which is what we got for the first year. And then the second year, well, they haven't done the second, so we'll do the first year at 836. So we got to come up with the depreciable amount first. So let's do that. So we're going to take the cost, and we're going to subtract the accumulated. We're going to subtract the salvage value, and that's going to give us the depreciable cost. So the total cost was 8940. The salvage value was 1200. And so the cost minus the salvage value gives us $7,740. So that's the depreciable cost. So every year we're going to use 7740. All right, so just to kind of show you how this table is going to work, this will be the year, depreciable cost, fraction, the decimal, and depreciation amount. Okay, so the depreciable cost is going to be the same every year, so we'll do the 3 years. And then the depreciation amount would be the cost, 7740, multiplied by 0.2222, the decimal, that's the first year, which means in the first year, we're going to be writing off $1,720. We'll do the same computation in the second year. 7740 multiplied by 0.19444. And then the third year, 1290. We didn't have to come up with the third year, but let's go ahead and make sure we have the first and second year right. So the first year, 1720, and the second year is 1505. And then we came up with the third year as well. Okay? So the next part says prepare the depreciation schedule. Let's see how they did it. Okay, 0, come up with the book value. So the only difference is that they're adding the book value here, so that's good. And the example here, let's go ahead and read the example. Capital Curb and Concrete bought a new pickup truck for $21,500. The truck is estimated to have a useful life of 5 years, at which time it will have a salvage value of $3,500. Prepare a depreciation schedule using the sum of the year's digits method of depreciation. So the depreciation fraction, how many years? 5 years. So we're looking at 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. That sum is a total of 15. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is 15. So 15 becomes the denominator. In the first year, we'll write off 5/15. In the second year, we'll write off 4/15. third year will be 3/15. Fourth year would be 2/15. And the fifth year will be 1/15. So you can see the computation for year one is going to be 5/15 multiplied by $18,000. Now, how do we get $18,000? The depreciable amount is the cost less the salvage value. 21,500 minus 3,500 will give you $18,000. So that's what we're doing. We're doing the depreciable cost multiplied by 5/15 in the first year. If you run those numbers, 5 divided by 15 and then multiply that by 18,000, you will get $6,000. The accumulated depreciation in the first year, 6,000. The book value is going to be the 21,500 minus the 6,000. So you will get 15,500. In the second year, we go down to the fourth year. We're moving backwards. We start with 5 and we go backwards. So next is 4. 4/15 multiplied by the 18,000 will give us 4,800. 4,800 added to the 6,000 gives us 10,800. So the accumulated depreciation after the second year is 10,800. And now our book value is 21,500 minus 10,800. That will give us 10,700. And we just do that in year 3, 4, and 5. You'll find out that after the fifth year, the book value is exactly what it needs to be of 3,500, which is the same as the salvage value. There's another graphic to show you how that works in terms of how quickly the amounts are depreciated. And that concludes 14.3. So now you have 14.1, 14.2, and 14.3. That is what the homework questions will be related to, and the quizzes and the exam as well.